Yooka-Laylee was pitched as a return to the glory days of the 3D platformer. A game straight out of the late 90s, befitting of the likes of Banjo Kazooie and Mario 64. And it looks like that's exactly what we got.
Yooka-Laylee is a classic style 3D platformer from Playtonic Games and is due to release on April the 11th worldwide for PC, Mac, Linux, Xbox One and PlayStation 4, with the Switch version coming out on May the 2nd. It only came about thanks to crowdfunding via Kickstarter and is a colourful 3D platformer from the talents of Rare Studios, the guys who made Banjo Kazooie. This game is a faithful tribute to that game, with many of the same elements, quirks and all-round style, but the game has failed to impress many reviewers and currently sits at a 67 for the PlayStation 4 version and 72 for PC on Metacritic.
So GameSpot gave Yooka-Laylee a 6 out of 10, saying the collectibles were rewarding to find and the non-linear structure let players set their own pace. But they criticised the wonky camera, convoluted levels and outdated gameplay.
Video Gamer were much less forgiving and gave the game a 4 out of 10. They said it was fun to mess around with different powers, but the excruciating dialogue, ambiguous puzzles and confusing level layouts made the game a chore to play. Video Gamer summed up their experience by saying Yooka-Laylee would fit right into the 90s, but the time has moved on since the N64 era and Yooka-Laylee isn't the 3D platformer revival people hoped it would be.
IGN were a bit more positive, giving the game a 7 out of 10. They appreciated the faithfulness to old school design and the massive size of the levels, but a lack of polish and having to wrestle with controls affected their overall enjoyment of the game. They round up their review saying Yooka-Laylee is a good reminder that this genre, once thought dead, still has some life left in it.
The Escapist, however, were much more positive and they gave the game a 4.5 stars out of 5, saying the game is very much meant for fans who missed the N64 style of platformer, specifically recommending the game to Banjo Kazooie fans. Their only complaint was the game lacked some features like manual saving and the camera did not always work as intended, but it was worth the price of admission.
Way down at the bottom end of the spectrum as far as review scores go, Jim Sterling gave the game a 2 out of 10, calling it utter rubbish and trashing pretty much every aspect of the game. He found it to have no redeeming qualities, calling Yooka-Laylee a game out of time that desperately clings to past glories.
Finally, ACG said players should wait for a sale before picking up the game, saying it's fun especially if you are a platformer fan, and he liked the game a great deal but it was more difficult to engage with than it should have been. Where to start with Yooka-Laylee? I've played the game for an hour or two and that is all that I want to play of this game. I can't see the appeal other than if you're under 12 years old maybe, or if you're a fan of these type of games back in the late 90s. I didn't get into things like Spyro the Dragon that's been compared to, and Banjo Kazooie, that kind of thing. I missed that completely. I don't see any rational adult male, or female for that matter, who'd want to play this game. It's a colourful little Toy Story type game. Where's the appeal? There's hardly any gameplay. The camera's broken. It's literally broken. The camera gets stuck on walls, so it won't let you turn. For a platformer game, that's pretty crucial if you're trying to jump onto a moving platform.
So the camera, specifically, the camera doesn't clip through the walls and it doesn't make the wall invisible. It just hits up against the wall and then won't go any further through it. So it's quite a big deal.
Another thing for me, the movements are unresponsive. You let your finger off the button and it takes almost a full second to stop moving. Again, for a platformer where you be jumping, it's essential that it's quite accurate at what the movements are. It's fit for youngsters. I'd say my kids would love this, but I don't see me getting any more fun out of this game. Now that I've trashed it, Mike, what do you think about the game?
Well, as a rational adult, every clip I've seen of this, anything of the game really, I mean even just the sounds and the noise and the music and everything, it's supposed to evoke what you remember from Banjo Kazooie, and it's aimed specifically at people who played Banjo Kazooie. To be fair, they have absolutely delivered on the promise that they made in the Kickstarter. This is exactly what they said they were going to do. You know, people who backed it on Kickstarter, hopefully they get what they wanted out of this. It is basically a game from the late 90s. Some people probably wanted the Ratchet and Clank treatment. I think Ratchet and Clank, the remake from last year, they modernized it in absolutely every respect. They made it look incredible and made it work for a modern audience. They haven't done that with Yooka-Laylee. They've just made an old game look a bit nicer, and that's it.
What I look for in games, I look for new imaginative type of gameplay, games that are treading new ground. This is just like a complete remake modeling of an old style game. It's just not for me. I can't see the appeal of it at all. I formulated my review before I read Jim Sterling's review, and his title was Yooka-Laylee. I completely agree with Jim for all his faults. I can see it from both sides. So that's the thing. I can see who it would appeal to. I can see the people who are going after it for nostalgia reasons. You know, they can identify a lot in this game. They will get enjoyment out of that. I'm personally not one of them people, and I have no intention of playing or interest in playing this game again. If it's for you, then it's definitely for you. But if you're not sure about this game, just don't f***ing buy it. Is that too harsh?
So there we go, Yooka-Laylee. Is that a disappointment to you? Are you disappointed to see the reviews as low as they are? Were you expecting this all along? Are you looking at the positives? There are some positive reviews out there. Let us know how you feel about the game down in the comments. Remember to leave a like and subscribe if you did enjoy the video. There's some more content right here for you, and a link to Patreon if you want to support the channel. We'll see you next time.